Hey guys, this is Karis, and today I am going to do a quick BookTubeAthon Wrap Up video. I didn't do so well doing daily updates. In fact, I only made one daily update on the first day, but that's because I was very busy last week and it was basically the worst week of the summer to have BookTubeAthon. But it was fine, I still read a lot and I'm pleased with what I read and I had so much fun. Today I'll tell you about the books that I read every day and a quick explanation of my thoughts on them. On day one of BookTubeAthon, I read Impulse by Ellen Hopkins, and this completed the challenge of reading someone else's favourite book. I already talked about this in my day one daily update, so I'll leave a link to that down below, so I'm not repeating myself. So go watch that video to find out my thoughts on Impulse, but basically I liked it a lot and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. On day 2 of BookTubeAthon, I read 4 by Veronica Roth, and I had to change the challenge for this slightly. The challenge was to read a book by an author whose last name starts with the same letter as your last name, but my last name starts with a V, and there weren't any books on my TBR by an author whose last name started with V, but I figured that Veronica starts with a V, so it's close enough, you know, it'll do. I just kind of changed the challenge slightly, whatever. This is a collection of short stories told from Four's perspective and mostly set before the events of Divergent, and I really loved this book. It really gave me more of an insight into Four's character and made me like him a lot more, because before I kind of liked him but I didn't love him, but now I appreciate him much more and he's definitely one of my favourite characters in the series. And also it made me understand and appreciate the Fortress relationship a lot more. So basically I loved this a lot. I flew through it. It was a lot of fun to read and really interesting, and I rated this one 5 out of 5 stars as well. On day 3 of BookTubeAthon, I read nothing because I had my cousins over from America and it was my sister's hen party, so I didn't really have time for reading. Yeah. On day 4 of BookTubeAthon, I read 2 books actually, although they were both very short, and the first one was Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Life by Bryan O'Malley. This completed the challenge of the last book you acquired. I'm not really sure what my opinions are on this book because I read it so quickly, you know, I still had cousins over from America and I wasn't completely concentrating fully on it. It was also very short, so it only took me like 45 minutes to read, so I didn't quite take it all in properly. I didn't concentrate on it as much as I would have liked. However, I did really like the art style and the storyline was cute, and I definitely want to carry on with the series because I loved Seconds by Bryan O'Malley, so I imagine that this series will go great places and so many people love it as well. So yeah, I liked it, I didn't fully appreciate it, I think. I can't quite remember how many stars I gave it. I think it was 3.5. But I'll put a caption if I was wrong, because it might not have been 3.5 stars. I'll check after I've done this video. The next book I read on day 4 of BookTubeAthon was The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past by Akira Himekawa. This is a manga adaptation of the video game, and my brother has the whole box set of the mangas because he's obsessed with the video games and he really wanted me to read one, so I read this. And it fulfilled the challenge of a book with blue on the cover because Link's shield has blue. I wasn't blown away by this book. It was alright, but to me the Zelda storylines work better as video games. They're quite cliched and typical for a fantasy story, I guess, you know, with the whole chosen one thing. So to me, I prefer the video games to this book, but it was alright. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Also, it seemed a bit fast-paced, like everything happened very quickly and, you know, it didn't seem like much of a challenge for Link to do all these things. So yeah, I think it was fun, and if you're a big fan of the Zelda series, you might really like this, but to me, I just think that the storyline works better as a video game. But it was fun and I like the art style, so it was alright, 3 out of 5 stars. On day 5 of BookTubeAthon, I read half of Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jessie Andrews, and this was to complete the challenge of a book that I really wanted to read because I have heard good things about it and the movie is coming out, so I did really want to read this book. I was kind of busy on Friday. I was helping decorate the church hall for my sister's wedding, and yeah, so I only managed to read half of this. I will talk about it more in a minute because, yeah. On day 6 of BookTubeAthon, I read nothing because it was my sister's wedding day, and that was far more important to me than reading, so I didn't even attempt to read anything. And on day 7 of BookTubeAthon, I also read nothing. I wasn't even doing anything. Oh yeah, I went to a barbecue for a couple of hours to like celebrate marriage and stuff. I didn't feel like reading. I was tired. I just wanted to like relax and not worry about reading, and I didn't feel like reading, so I didn't read anything. So over BookTubeAthon I read 4.5 books. I finished this yesterday though, so I'll quickly tell you my opinions on it. I really liked the storyline. It was really original and unique, and parts of it were hilarious. However, I wasn't a fan of the crude humour and swearing, and I didn't really like Greg and Earl until right at the end. I just didn't find them likeable characters at all, until like literally the last couple of chapters. Yeah, I gave this 3.5 stars out of 5 because while I did enjoy the storyline and a lot of the jokes, there were also things I wasn't a big fan of, so it was kind of I'm not really sure what my opinion is, to be quite honest, but I did enjoy it, and if you don't mind lots of crude humour and swearing, I would definitely recommend this book to you because it was really funny and full of those things. But yeah, it was fun and entertaining, just not quite my cup of tea, I think. So yes, that was my BookTubeAthon week. It wasn't quite as successful as I was hoping, but I did have a lot going on, you know, what with my sister's wedding and everything, so I'm not like beating myself up about it or anything. I'm still happy with how much I read because the first 2 days I read a full book each day, which I'm very proud of because I never ever read that much in a day. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my one BookTubeAthon update and this video. Yeah, I'm going to be making a new video tomorrow actually, before I go away for a week. So yeah, look forward to that. Yeah, I can't wait for BookTubeAthon next year. This was my first year participating and it was amazing and so much fun, and I definitely want to do it again next year. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye!